So anything else coming in will stick. Okay? Probably one of the only other products on the shelf that works is a fuel cleaner made by Chevron. Comes in a little black bottle, with Chevron on it. Textron, right? Because that uses spirits of naphtha. Naphtha is a dry cleaning chemical. You take clothes to the cleaner, that's what they spray on it. It's called naphtha. They spray it on it, they vacuum it off, brings all the dirt with it. Doesn't leave a residue, it's not sticky or anything like that. Awesome cleaner. Okay? So any of them, you can pick them up, read the back of them. Petroleum distillers is what's in it. They do not work. They do not work at all. Carbon has become an issue, especially when you get to the newer engines that are gas direct injected, because we've moved where we put the gasoline in. We're not putting the gasoline in on top of the valves anymore to spray gas on the valves. We're putting the gasoline directly into the combustion chamber. So now the valves are building up carbon. So what has to be done, well, the Mini Cooper, same thing. Same difference.
Still, if it runs, yeah. My car runs. I'm here every day.
But we're having to pull it down and I usually take one with me. Right here, we have to hook up an apparatus, and we actually have to spray in here to clean the back of the valves. I have to spray walnut shells in there to get the carbon off. We're getting a lot of carbon buildup because we're not washing the valves anymore. The intake manifolds are now dry. The only thing that goes through the intake manifold is air. There's no fuel in there at all. We actually move the fuel. Our engines here, we inject the fuel right here, but we're washing the back of the valve. And y'all gonna make me pick this thing up. I hate this thing.
Yeah, the BMW.
Weighs like a drum.
Yep.
That is, this is a magnificent work of art here. Beautiful. A lot of stuff, very expensive. Weighs 1 million pounds. Is that all? Nah, it's a V12 BMW.
That's the one that's
No, that's the V10.
There's more to do.
V10 blew up, got a hole in the side.
That's that motor that's in Mr.
But this is,
We had come out 7 series?
yeah, this was a 7, no, 10 and 5, 10. Used to have 10. Yeah.
The most important is for 160.
Yeah, this is the top of the heat. This actually comes off. This system here. This is their Valvetronic system. This engine really doesn't have a throttle plate. It uses engine vacuum to control the throttle. We have dual overhead camshafts. We have another camshaft here that actuates the rocker arms. So we reposition the camshaft, we reposition the rocker arms to create the vacuum to move the air into the engine. So there actually is no throttle plate. It's all electronic. We have a high pressure electric fuel pump. So the one fuel pump in the back and the tank is at 55 psi. It brings it to this pump. Then this pump steps the fuel pressure up to 2,500 psi. You've got 4 valves per cylinder. You also have a spark plug in the center. This is really, really close to a hemispherical chamber. But off to the side here is the injector itself. So we're injecting fuel directly into the combustion chamber. Awesome system, dude. Just hang this on your wall. Okay.
Hold on, is that that's a V12?
Yeah.
Oh, so is it? Oh, right, it's a V12. It's not a straight one.
Well, yeah, because of the because we're not washing the valves anymore, the air that's moving in, when we open the valves, the leftover exhaust is actually clinging to the back of the valves, and it's building up carbon on the back side of the valves. So it's intruding with the airflow coming into the engine. And the carbon builds up and it's building up around the valves, and in some cases, the valves aren't seating anymore. They're actually, the carbon's getting on the face of the valve, not letting the valve seat. So you've got to go in with special cleaners and all that stuff. Use a media blast system to actually blast the walnut shells. We use the walnut shells because they're biodegradable. They'll do less damage to the engine internally if some gets left behind. But even without direct injection, bad gasoline will give you the same problem. Okay, bad PCV valve gives you the same problem. So, got to use better gasolines. Check the PCV valve system, and the motor oil that you use can create some of these issues also. Cheap motor oil does not have detergents in it, does not do a good job of cleaning. The other problem is overheating the car. Not checking the coolant. Engine temperature is running too hot. There's a lot of issues with sludging of the oil. The oil sludges up. Leaves behind carbon tracks inside the engine. Remember, everything we deal with is carbon-based. Carbon is what it's all made of, even us. The last element there is the carbon. The combustion process creates carbon. It burns it and it brings it down to its lowest element in all intents and purposes. And that's the residue what's left behind. Okay? So gas direct injection, we got better fuel economy, but we created another problem. So now we have to come up with a fix. We got to fix that. Okay. More noises. And we'll come back to this thing at another time. Yeah, because you're gonna need